Hello, Cuna. So I'm going to be giving an update regarding the solar project, the Butte project. I forgot the exact name, but the update is that there is a public hearing. It's official for Ada County, May 8th at 6 p.m. Um, and Justine posted in this Facebook group, which is public. You can take a look if you're interested in this. Um, you can do this is you can do 3 minute testimony. You can speak at the thing, give your opinion on it. You can also do written things. When you do written, it's included in the packet, so that typically ends up being better in terms of providing your opinions to the three commissioners who are going to be voting up on it. Now they have to remember they have to refer to the law, findings of facts, and applicable law in order to address these things. And then also Bobby Rosadello, he is also, it's come up on his radar. He's the president of the CUNA Chamber of Commerce and also ran for mayor. I believe he got second place. Um, let's see. Oh yeah, I did make a video on this. How this is a Shell global project. It's one of their subsidiaries and land that is linked with Bill Gates. Interestingly enough. But anyway, here's so Bobby included something regarding letters you can send to the commissioners, and then also here is a post he wrote about this, about his concerns. I typed up a long post that ultimately was lost before I got the chance to post it. Thanks, Facebook. Anyway, I'm going to make another attempt, and I will make it a bit shorter this time. I recently learned of this project, and it is concerning for many reasons, wildlife hazards, and the local community as examples. I've been doing some research and will continue to do so, but I wanted to share some articles and studies for everyone's reference if interested. First, my concern are about the impact on wildlife in the area, most notably birds, with the close proximity of the birds of prey National Reserve. The IDFG mentioned that they didn't expect there to be issues with local wildlife as the site is already disturbed and does not have much natural vegetation left. Lack of natural vegetation and putting in more than 350,000 man-made reflective devices are not the same circumstance. Here is a study that I found regarding the effects on local and migratory birds. They note the lack of research done in this area and stress the need for more to be completed to fully understand the impact on these animals. Next, the safety of the battery energy storage systems, which can create serious fire hazards and toxic gases should they catch fire. And they have, as you will see in the following articles. These systems are incredibly difficult to extinguish if they catch fire, and with the local hazard of frequent high winds and dry grass brush, a fire could turn into a devastating situation for a widespread area, not to mention the risk of fumes spreading through the area. Here are some articles that I found regarding fires of these systems. Please note that I'm a conservative. The news sources that I use are a result of doing the searches. I also have stayed away as much as possible from government studies giving the bias towards green energy. Also, a few studies about thermal runaway, which details how these systems catch fire, the risks associated with these fires, and the first has a list of fires related to these systems worldwide. I will continue to do research and post if people are interested. We need to do our due diligence and write to our commissioners and governing bodies to let them know the community's views on this project. Additionally, we need to show up to these public meetings and speak. I plan on attending and signing up to speak. This post was much shorter than my original, so I either apologize for that or I guess I can say you're welcome. All right, the other thing when you sign up, you can also do it remotely as well. They allow you to go on Zoom as well. You just need to register soon and early enough. Looks like, what did I say? The hearing is on May. So just do it before the deadline. You can contact them. You can join this group. Give your opinion. Now, in terms of outcomes, how do I, based off of my numerous reviews with them, and keep in mind also that the commissioners are bound by Idaho state law, and Idaho state law basically says or prohibits arbitrary declinations or denying of applications or approval of applications. They need to be supported by pre-existing codes and laws. So if in terms of the laws that exist, that they would not be violating any of these issues or addressing any of the safety concerns, then it's, they can't necessarily just deny it because people don't like it. You need to have specific items as much actionable. And you know what gets crazy is I think the boundary line here, like maybe a lot of the more dangerous stuff seems to be over on the Canyon side. So I'm not sure how you do this when you have one project that is overlapping both sides. Uh, so and I don't know if they would sue on it, or if they don't get approved and try to have a judge overturn it. Um, you know, Likely what's happened, because Shell has a big pile of cash. All of the landowners and those surrounding it uh, likely are already paid off, especially the ones that seem to be around where the major seems to have a lot more residences. I think it's like 2,000 feet away from the project. There's very few. I mean, it's like one crop circle, or one, yeah. It's just there's very few people who are actually directly impacted by this. So it's going to be a hard sale. Um, like it's just so far away from the city limits or people within the city. So they have this saying, "Not in my backyard." But if it's not directly affecting you, obviously your testimony isn't going to be as good. I mean, there are actually some there are some cattle farms nearby, and if you can't even smell the fumes of the dairy farms, probably you're not going to be dealing with any of the fumes that or any of the environmental issues. So it's a really hard sell, and they got deep pockets, so they probably bought off everyone. So everyone who's going to be complaining, may not even be really in the direct affected area, and so your testimony naturally would not be as considered, because if everyone nearby has been paid off and are happy about it with the payoff they got, then it's hard to go by law saying that others' rights are being negatively affected by this project. Yeah. Oh, just on a more of a meta philosophy. So my general philosophy on these projects is um, is you know is to take them, assuming the people around it, it doesn't bother them. And the reason why is because the rest of the Treasure Valley gets to benefit from the solar power, and I'm not sure if they're doing battery storage or whatnot. It's a net positive for everybody else except for the people directly around it. But if they get paid off, and they're happy about it, then it's kind of like, well, who's really getting the short end of this deal? Everyone wins. We get more stable power, and a lot of I'm not sure to what degree solar power really is sustainable if it weren't for all of the subsidies that are poured into it. And my primary goal is the strengthening of Treasure Valley when the United States is no longer around, or whenever there's the Great Divorce. So the more reliable power sources that are here, the better. And whether it's Bill Gates, Facebook, Exxon or Shell company, putting in all of this investment into energy infrastructure that will still remain, that just adds resiliency to the Treasure Valley. So in that case, I'm generally in favor of that. Now, in terms of like fire issues and all of those concerns, definitely bring them up, and see, those are things that need to be addressed. And as long as those things are being addressed and everyone's aware of it, and in terms of fire side of things and all the surrounding neighbors that would be affected by it, those things being addressed, then it's good to go. In terms of fire, a lot of this area is farmland. So generally, farmland isn't so flammable. I guess it just depends on, I guess if you have a lot of dried out corn husks and there was a fire there, yeah, that would be pretty annoying for those farmers. Well, like I said, I'm pretty sure Shell Company has already paid them off. So, you know, that's just how it is, and I'm guessing they would have insurance for that as well. So anyway, that's about it. Have a good one. Bye-bye.